Hi, we have Nikki here. Say hi, Nikki. He is my trainer, and today he's having some difficulties with his shoulder. So we're gonna do some shoulder work, and I figured I'd just take advantage of his body and show you guys how to do a quick neck and shoulder massage. So I'm just using the Sacred Earth massage cream. And in massage therapy, you always start a massage with like soothing, long strokes. So this is called Effleurage, and I'm doing it on both sides. You can only see one side of my hand to like loosen the muscle, get the skin warm, and lubricate it. So this is something that you guys can do at home with a partner, a mate. Nikki is on my massage table, but if you have a table at home, you can do it on the edge of the bed. So the short side of the bed, and have the person have their head on the end of the bed, and you can get like a stool. And so Nikki, what's going on with your shoulder in here?
Definitely a knot through there, and some pulling into my neck.
Pulling and tightness. Okay. So this is Effleurage stroke. I'm using medium, moderate pressure, and pectoral muscles here on top. Women have them too. It's always good to include in the neck and shoulder massage because it actually helps control the shoulder. And what I'm doing is I'm taking my hand and scooping underneath his trapezius muscle in here, and just using the pressure of my finger in that motion to loosen it up. You can use thumb and scaling to do stripping. And if you've seen my previous video, we talked about staying away from this area because this is where some of your carotid arteries and stuff are. There's a muscle in here, but I don't want you guys touching that just because you have to kind of know what you're touching. If you're not familiar with like arteries and understanding how your pressure could affect that, I would suggest that you don't do that. So right now, this is trapezius muscle, and I can already feel that it's tight. How are you doing, Nikki?
Oh no, it's just about to get good. So.
He's preparing, taking some deep breaths, because this can be, so I'm doing like a pinching of his trapezius, and this can be pretty intense. So your trap muscles is a kite-like muscle. It attaches in the back of the head right here, and some areas in here, and also in the mid-spine. So it has a few attachment points and controls a lot. And it is one of the culprits of neck and head pain. Mine causes migraines sometimes when I have some trigger points in it. So I'm using this stripping motion on the edge of traps. So the traps is coming from in here. I would say use a little bit more gentle pressure closer to the top of the head, and then you can go in a little bit deeper. So trap rolls around. Think of a Fruit Loop, and it rolls into like a little fruit roll up to create the shoulder right in here. So a lot of times we develop knots. I see his foot moving. The pressure is intense. So you develop trigger points in some of the individual fibers in traps. So that's when you go in. What I'm doing is I'm grabbing traps and slowly unrolling it. Do you guys see me? Hopefully the camera can show that. Slowly unrolling traps, and right here, he has a mass in here, which is probably causing some issues.
That's the one.
Right in here? So underneath traps is also levator scapula. It attaches on the inside of the scapula, and if you push in here, you'll feel a bony prominence. That's not a knot. That is the scapula, the shoulder blade, the inside of it right here. It has 3 fingers that come in and attach to your neck. I think it's C2, 3, and 4, if I'm correct. I need to go check my book. And so sometimes levator, actually a lot of times levator along with traps causes a lot of trouble. So what you do is you take your thumb and find the inside of the scapular blade and kind of try to affect levator in here. And when I do this, sometimes I'll like try to shorten levator and stretch it out and kind of cause it to relax. So this motion with the neck is actually really important because you're creating a stretch and you're kind of waking up the muscle to the fact that it's dysfunctional. How's it feeling? Intense? So when you massage neck and shoulders, it's always a good idea to talk to your partner, massage friend, whoever about a pain scale. So I normally use a scale 1 to 10. Nikki, so 10 being like stop touching me, I'm gonna hit you. 1 being you're barely touching me, please do more pressure. Excuse me. What is the pain level for this movement, Nikki?
That's probably about 8.
8.
Maybe,
Okay.
7.
Okay, so I would typically say 6 and 7 is a good place. When you start to go into 8 and 9, it means you're kind of causing stress in the body and in the muscle, and your body won't react nicely to it. It'll go back into tense mode. So talk to your client or whoever you're massaging about how the pressure feels, because if it's too much pain, you want to go lighter. And when you're actually giving someone a massage, it's not about you. It no longer becomes about you and what you want to do. It becomes about them and their body and what they can handle. So no massage therapist should ever tell any person that, oh, you can handle this pressure, suck it up. That's actually the wrong thing to say. And if someone tells you that, I would suggest not going back to them, because they're not respecting your body and or your comfort level. You just kind of see how the blood is coming to that area. It's pretty red. How's it feel? A little looser? So you feel like it's levator? That one?
Kinda. No, I felt more like it's more like the
Traps?
through there. Yeah.
Okay.
And I knew once you started like going over it, it was gonna start to move around and be a bunch of different things.
Yeah,
And it's always like that. It's not just that.
Yeah, normally when you have a neck tightness to the point of like needing a massage, it's more than one muscle. I would say the main culprits are traps, levator, scalenes. Scalenes are like 3 muscles that come in here. So that's why I did that stripping. The muscle that's right on top of the scapula, and that sometimes gives people trouble, especially if you're wearing like a handbag on top of it. And sometimes massaging that gives a lot of relief. Alright guys, hopefully you learned something from this short video. Let me know what you think.